Emotional immaturity. Childhood trauma can freeze us in time, making us act like children in adults' bodies. Don't let your past hurt your present. Heal your inner child. One possible psychological concept that explains why most adults are children in adult bodies is the inner child theory. This theory suggests that we all have a part of ourselves that remains childlike, innocent, and vulnerable throughout our lives. The inner child is influenced by our childhood experiences, especially the ones that involve our primary caregivers. If we had a happy and secure childhood, our inner child is likely to be playful, curious, and creative. However, if we had a traumatic or abusive childhood, our inner child may be wounded, fearful, and angry. According to the inner child theory, many adults are emotionally immature because they have not healed their inner child. They may act out their unresolved childhood issues in their adult relationships, such as being needy, clingy, defensive, or aggressive. They may also have difficulty coping with stress, expressing their emotions, or setting healthy boundaries. These behaviors can limit their growth and potential, as well as affect their happiness and well-being. The signs of a wounded inner child can manifest in various ways, and it's important to recognize and address them for personal healing and growth. Here are some common signs that may indicate a wounded inner child. 1. Emotional reactivity. Strong emotional reactions to certain triggers or situations that seem disproportionate to the present circumstance. 2. Low self-esteem. Feelings of worthlessness, self-criticism, and a lack of self-confidence. 3. Fear of abandonment. A deep-seated fear of being rejected, abandoned, or left alone, which may lead to clingy or dependent behavior in relationships. 4. People-pleasing. Overcompensating for the fear of rejection by constantly seeking approval and validation from others. 5. Perfectionism. Setting excessively high standards for oneself and feeling inadequate or ashamed when those standards aren't met. 6. Difficulty setting boundaries. Struggling to establish and maintain healthy boundaries in relationships, often due to a fear of conflict or rejection. 7. Self-sabotage. Engaging in behaviors that undermine personal growth and success, often as a result of deep-seated feelings of unworthiness. 8. Avoidance of vulnerability. Avoiding situations that require emotional openness and vulnerability, as it may trigger feelings of fear or perceived harm. 9. Chronic feelings of guilt or shame. Carrying a persistent sense of guilt or shame, even for things that were not one's fault or occurred in childhood. 10. Repetitive relationship patterns. Attracting and recreating unhealthy or toxic relationship dynamics that mirror past experiences with caregivers. It's important to remember that recognizing these signs is just the first step. Healing the wounded inner child involves compassion, self-care, and seeking professional support if needed. With time and effort, it is possible to heal from past wounds and nurture a healthier relationship with oneself. Healing our inner child can help us reach emotional maturity and growth. This involves acknowledging and accepting our inner child, as well as providing them with the love, care, and support that they may have missed in their childhood. By doing so, we can heal our emotional wounds, develop a positive self-image, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. We can also learn to embrace our inner child's strengths, such as their creativity, joy, and spontaneity. By 𝗘𝗺cie__, Knowledge is Power.